So it's possible my last upload with the Cadillac dashboard teardown might have left you with a few questions. Like, what exactly am I planning to do with that car? How does it tie into the barn? I've got two plans for that car. One of them is to help me, and the second one is mostly for everybody watching, and somewhat for me also, because I think it would be a very cool show. This is how I've left the car. Most of the creature comforts have been removed, less the gauge cluster, because the gauge cluster is handy to have. The shifter is still... Oh, you don't have to put your foot on the brake to shift out of park. That's cool. Nice! The car still runs. Obviously, I just drove it. It still drives. It still stops. Something's wrong with the airbags, though. Both of them. Even the ones in the seats. Actually, I just unplugged those. Hopefully today I can finish off the headliner. I have a few parts in the trunk that need to go somewhere. I'm probably going to store them. Well, I'm making a little bit of progress here. Obviously, this is not the most exciting stuff, but it has to happen anyways. So has anybody been able to piece together what it is I'm up to? Alright. Like I said earlier, I got two plans, two intentions on ways to utilize this vehicle for my benefit. Hope that sun isn't screwing up the shot. There. So two ways. Financially, I'd love to break even. I've got 500 bucks invested in this car, and I've already managed to obtain a headlight that I needed to replace on my car, as well as a tail light. So to get GM, or I guess Cadillac certified parts, it wouldn't be cheap, so it's probably not doing too bad. Those were 2 ohm woofers in the doors. So I guess if you haven't managed to figure it out yet, I'm gonna make you wait, because this video is not going to be uploaded on the day it's recorded. In 2 days from now, this vehicle will be serving its purpose, its first purpose, as long as it keeps running, and so far it has. So I'm going to keep removing some pieces. Sorry, that's obnoxious. And we'll try to get it stripped down, get it as basic as we can. If I was putting this into a demo derby, I'd be dead. So don't worry about that, that's not happening. Although that'd be a riot. That'd be a lot of fun, or like a race, or drag racing with it or something. That'd be cool. Just blow up the engine, of course. You know, with the old oil pump not working scenario. But yeah, I'm gonna finish shredding this thing down. You guys can certainly stay tuned, and we will go from there. Forgot the ignition was on. I'm gonna kill that battery. Alright, I've got 3 of 4 door panels removed. The last is the driver's side. And when I say door panels, I also mean glass, window regulator, door seals, all the goods. So essentially you're left with a piece of metal that has a door handle in it, and there's a power lock in there that I'm not going to bother retrieving. Nice and tinny. So, next is the driver's side. If I use my traditional method, it will be just brute force removal style. So far it seems to be getting me pretty reasonable results. So that's step 1. Step 2, all these white connectors, you can be gentle and pop them in like this, and it unlocks them. And then when you pull, they pop apart. Oh, missed one. And then you got a Torx, a T25. And then the door panel skin has been removed. Or the cover, or some, I don't know. Whatever this piece of plastic mumbo jumbo is. You guys can't see in there, can you? A bunch of 10mm bolts holding your window guide and regulator. So you take them out. No big deal. Unplug your regulator. For any of you replacing the regulator, something to note, this motor gets reused, so you actually unscrew it from the regulator bracket and you reuse it on the new one. I've changed, I think, 2 already on my car, so I'm going to hang on to these ones because if I've got them and I need them, then I've got them. You know what I mean? That took longer than I should have. Get out the 7mm. Voila. Well, just about everything has been removed. Headliner's got to come out, rear grab handles, whatever you call those doodads. The deck lid is loose, it's just sitting in place. Same with the rear seat. I've run out of room in the trunk to store things, so that's my alternative now. She still runs. This car had 200,000 kilometers on it, which isn't much. It's like 160,000 miles. But the oil pump shit the bed, so what are you gonna do? Since I've torn it apart, I've got 0.1 kilometers on it. That's literally moving it from the barn to the driveway and then back. So you can hear it ticking if you listen. It's not a good sound. It will certainly be gone very soon. Without me interfering, I think. Alright. I gotta take the rest of this headliner out. I don't have to, but I want to. I want this car to be down to nothing. Because I think that that's the way that you should finish a car. Is, you know, with nothing at all. Oops. With nothing at all remaining to be actually utilized. If I've removed all the interior parts that might possibly be useful for me, then, or for someone else, I'm open to selling things for, you know, whatever. I don't really care. If you want something and if you want a door panel, I'll give it to you for 10 bucks. I don't care. Come and get it. Jeez. Same with the glass. Like, this is something I've never actually removed as a windshield or a rear window, and I'd love to learn, and this is the perfect way to experiment, because if I break it, whoops. You know what I mean? Who cares? So, there's still a blower motor in here for the HVAC. Problem is, this cast piece is what holds up the steering column. So I've had it out, and I have put it back in. The reason I took it out, of course, this happens, and it's always the same socket. Any of you who ever work on a car will know exactly what I'm about to tell you. I dropped a socket. You want to take a guess what size it was? I'll tell you what, I'll answer in the comments. As soon as someone guesses the right socket size, I'll let them know that they've picked it out. It's the one you always lose. Anyways, I dropped it down the vent. So of course it fell into the middle of the abyss, and I had to pull the whole cast iron chunk out to get to it. I ended up being able to go in through the vents, and once I removed the upper defrost venting, I was able to reach it, and it was there. But I did want to strip the interior regardless. That was an extra step I didn't want to have to take, but I had no choice. Anywho, I'm going to tear out the headliner, and hopefully that's going to be the end of this video, because I've been dragging it on long enough. So, yeah, me, I guess. So I've removed the headliner, the door panels, most of the interior. It's pretty empty. Now we're going to put it in the barn. Smells like burning, doesn't it? It's suggesting headlamps, but they're in the trunk. That's all she wrote.